Hello everyone, we're back for round 7 of RM Fantasy SX. I am Chase with my co-host Christian. We are your RM Fantasy SXperts. Carnage.
Dude, a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about.
San Diego's wild.
So let's jump right into it. This is our race recap for San Diego. So Christian, absolute carnage.
We were due for a round like that.
Yeah.
We were kind of due for it.
Meow, I want to know, because I saw Aaron Plessinger wearing the kitten gear. I know it has nothing to do with fantasy, but MUSQUIN was wearing it. Are you kidding me?
Dude, that I don't know. I got no comment on that.
All right. Anyway, let's get into it with our results. So, Jason Anderson, at this point...
Mr. Anderson, he's the one.
He is the one. He
Right
was selected, okay? MARVIN MUSQUIN, who I think is actually... At first was a little bit surprising, but now I think you can just injury, I think it's done.
Yeah, he's the real deal. He's primed right now.
Okay. Blake Baggett, again.
Chupacabra sighting.
He is crushing it, and I will say that earlier this year, I was having a little chit-chat with some people online who doubted that Baggett was going to have more than one podium.
Oh, it's figured out. It's
In
already
your
been
face.
done. Yeah.
Cole Seeley.
Cole Seeley. I mean...
You know what?
He's leading laps.
The result looks good.
Yeah.
However, what did he lead? How many laps?
12 laps.
12 laps.
He's led laps the last 3 rounds. Still hasn't really got a podium.
12 laps led, did not crash, and faded back to 4th. That is not the result that he's looking for. Brock Tickle.
First top 5 of the year.
Tickle Mielmo getting in
Solid
there.
ride, yep.
And Father Time.
We called it.
We did.
Neither one of us picked him, though.
But we had him in our wild card
we
spots.
did tell you so.
Well, points were down. I had 10, you had 10.
Yeah, it was a bad week for
night.
points. I mean, no one, yeah, we did bad. I'm sure they've already told us we did bad. But, I mean, it's hard to predict BARCIA, Roxon.
If you'd have told me that
Tomac.
Roxon, BARCIA, and Tomac were all going to be outside the top 5 last week, I said, you're crazy.
Yeah, we were playing it safe. It's that one wild round you got to watch out for, so.
Yeah. Boy, average score was 24.7, so down from last week. No perfect scores
Of course,
again.
no perfect scores. But a cool thing with Chad Reed is 21% got that pick right in the wild card. That's the highest percentage of wild card correct in the last 2 years. So
Yeah.
a lot of people got that. Probably saved a lot of seasons out there.
And how about Reed starting second?
Yeah, he came
or
out
getting into
firing.
second. I mean, he did fade back to 13th,
He did.
but it was cool to see him up
impressive.
front. And then studs, we had Blake Baggett because it's second podium in a row. The 7 Deuce
Gotta shout that man out.
right up there, making the main, and then
Getting the 8th place start.
I was stoked for him.
Killing it out there, so.
And duds, you know, we don't have it on here, but I say our scores.
Our picks were horrible.
Roxon, you know, he's going to be out, unfortunately. And then Tomac, it's immaculate disaster.
Yeah, that there's nothing more needs to be said.
Who knows,
It was
man.
a bad week for both of them.
So pretty low round as far as points go, but we are heading into Arlington, okay, Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Cool stadium. They have the huge Jumbotron, really big tracks. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. This is our track trends. All right, so this week we're heading into Arlington, Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Now, if you did not watch Arlington's race last year, it was reminiscent
of last week in
Yes.
San Diego. It was maybe the wildest round of the season last year.
So Tomac had his front brake issue, Webb got a flat,
got a tire change on the side.
Reed had to pull off,
Baggett crashed a million times.
Brayton got knocked out. There's a lot of carnage.
It might get crazier before it calms down. So
But with the track this year, okay, I noticed it's a very big stadium, so it's a big track.
taking up all the area they can.
And really, I mean, the biggest thing I noticed is gonna be like the 2 whoop sections. So it's a whoop section, and then there's like a gap in the middle,
Yeah.
and then another whoop section.
Yeah.
So-
So we'll see how they break down. Last year they didn't break down too bad.
But
I mean,
there's a
people
lot of
were
riders jumping through them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then last year, if you are curious, the results real quick, it was MUSQUIN.
First 450 win.
Yep. Seeley was second last year there, even though, well, it was still a West Coast round. Anderson, he got third, Dungy, and then Wilson got his first top 5 there too. So anyway.
Maybe more weeks of upsets. Who knows?
Who knows? Now, next up, we're going to get into our points battle. You know, a lot to talk about. Anderson kind of creeping away a little bit, but it's
Roxon's
still
out.
early.
So a lot to talk about.
Let's get into it. This is our points battle. So for this week, we have 4 riders that we want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about BARCIA and MUSQUIN. So Justin BARCIA, okay, his average start right now is 7.38. His average finish is actually 4.83. So he's
moving
second behind Anderson in average finish.
He can make up for a bad start.
Yes. Now, keep in mind, though, BARCIA last week, his result didn't look that strong, but he was up in the top 3 at the start of the race, and then he had a rear brake go out.
Yeah,
so,
it wasn't a bad pick by everyone who put him in there.
No, and
it was just an issue that none of us could have guessed.
I wouldn't count that towards this week's pick. Still a solid top 5 guy. MUSQUIN, though, is surprising me.
He's coming alive.
He is. MUSQUIN, he had that shoulder injury, but now, if you look at his results, okay, went second this last weekend. The weekend before that, he crushed it. And he's also looking a lot better in the whoops, which has always been his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
So MUSQUIN, he's doing good. However, his average start is still 7.5.
Yeah, he's got to get a good start.
Yeah.
Arlington's the place to do it. He did it there last year.
I'm kind of curious, what do you guys think now that Roxon is out, is who wins a race first, MUSQUIN or BARCIA? So what do you have on Baggett and Anderson?
Well, Baggett and Anderson are interesting. Just when the season or the series shifts east, that time of the season,
Yeah.
Baggett gets stronger. I mean, he was having twice as good of finishes on the east last year than on the west, where Anderson kind of did the opposite. I think he was averaging 2 spots back. So we'll see if that correlates this year, but that's what happened last year.
Okay.
The other thing with Baggett is, I mean, the guy's got 2 straight podiums. A lot of these riders, would kill for that. So he's got the speed going, and he doesn't slow down.
Yeah.
You watch his lap charts, his lap times. He's constant and he's fast. Anderson, on the other hand, it was almost like with him and Roxon and all those guys, who's going to make the mistake? And he hasn't yet. So is he due? I don't know.
He hasn't, and as that point lead, if it does grow, I wonder, does he goes into defense mode? Because as soon as you start riding defensive, we saw what happened to Tomac.
Yeah.
Things do not work out. No, sorry, Dungey.
Well, he trained with Dungey. Does he pull a Dungey now? He's got a strong lead. I mean,
No, I think Tomac or Anderson just keeps going for wins.
he's crashed in practice or qualifying the last 2 weeks.
He has, though.
So
Bad crashes.
Yeah,
not tip overs.
It's only, I don't know, I think it might be a matter of a time. I hope he does play it clean, but he has won 3 out of the last 4 races. You got to give
but
the man respect.
What do you viewers think? Can Anderson keep it on 2 wheels for another 12 races?
He's got a
or,
strong
sorry, 11
streak
races.
going. I mean,
You do not know. But there you go. That is our points battle. Okay, these are 4 guys that are consistently up there, right in the points chase. We didn't put Cole Seeley up here, but I don't know what to think about that guy. We actually put him in our weekly
as a
spoilers.
spoiler, just the way he fades late in the race. So,
well, that gets us into our next segment. We call it the weekly spoilers.
okay, so heading into Arlington, we have the riders are kind of on the edge of the top 5 situation. I like these 3, Seeley, Pike, and Brayton, as your safer bets, especially with Roxon out this week. I mean, Seeley's average finish this year, 6.4. He's led laps the last 3 rounds. Pike and Brayton are averaging 7th, which...
Remember, Pike went 5.55 to start the year.
In the last 3
and
rounds...
he has a 6th.
With Tomac and MUSQUIN there, he's kind of had bad... And then he got crashed last week, still charged back to 7th. But they're both averaging 7th place. With Roxon out, they're going to shift up.
Okay.
So I like these as my safer bets. Let's get into a little more long shot.
Okay,
type
I like
guys.
those. So 3 other riders just to keep an eye on for this week's spoilers. So Dean Wilson, he has improved every single week. So he got his first top 10 this week. And you got to remember that Dean Wilson, a healthy Dean Wilson, I think is a top 5 guy.
He can kilt it at any week.
Forgot about that one. Cooper Webb. So Webb won his heat race last week. He was on the gas. I think he's got more confidence than ever. We've been waiting for him to bloom. So hopefully he doesn't spin a web of lies and he lands near the top 5. And then Brock Tickle, he got his first top 5 this last weekend. The question is, though, can he do it again? We haven't seen Tickle really back up a good result for a long time.
He's been getting better every week.
He has been getting better.
11th, 8th, and then 5th this week. And then Cooper Webb, another thing with him is he's only finished in the top 5 when he's qualified 3rd or better going back to last year. So watch where he qualifies.
Watch qualifying. So there it is. Those are our weekly spoilers. Okay, riders that you could potentially put in those last maybe 4th or 5th positions for your top 5 picks. But next up, we got to talk about it because the wild card this week is 10th place. This is our wild card watch. All right, so wild card watch. Okay, 10th place is this week. Now, at this point in the season with fantasy, you got to get the wild card a few times during the year.
It saved a lot of people last week.
It did.
I need to get on that train. I haven't got one wild card right all year.
Me neither.
So.
Every week we give a good candidate who gets it, but we don't pick
I've
him.
been one off too many times.
All right.
I'm tired of it.
So for this week, now I know we just had him in our spoilers, but if you're going off of stats, Cooper Webb.
He's taken 10th already, twice.
Twice this year. So if you're not on this Webb train, that's a stat. He's gone 10th twice. Benny Bloss. Now, he has been improving.
Looked solid last week.
Yeah, I think he is due for a top 10 finish. He took 12th last weekend. And then what about Grant?
Grant has also taken 10th twice this year, and he's finished 10th or 11th in the last 3 races. So he's, with Roxon out, shift him up a 1, maybe 2 spots, I don't know. But the facts don't lie. That's where he's at right now.
So out of these 3, who would be your pick? Who would you feel is the best?
Right now, I got Grant locked in.
You're locking with Grant? All right. I actually have a wild card who is not up here, and I'll talk about him in our picks.
You're going with the heart.
I am. Now, one thing you guys did not see, okay, that was a weekly spoilers. We have not talked about Tomac yet. The Tomaculate disaster.
What do you say?
Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last.
He's got as many wins as last places this year so far.
But and the reason we didn't talk about it yet is because we actually wanted to get a little bit more insight. So coming up now, we've got him on the phone, the 7 Deuce Deuce Adam Enticknap. He's going to give us some more insight on what he feels like needs.
What is going on?
What is going on with Tomac?
Where do you pick him? Do you pick him? We'll see what the 7 Deuce Deuce says.
So this is it. We call it Between Two Burns with the 7 Deuce Deuce. All right, ladies and gents, we have him on the phone. It is the 7 Deuce Deuce. What up, Adam?
What up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good, good. First off, congrats on that main event. We saw that start. Looking good in 8th place.
Heck yeah, thanks, boys. Been training hard. Did some new bike changes and kind of made my bike cater to the start a little bit. And just working really hard. Finally got the race bike going, and everything seemed to click this weekend.
You survived that carnage in the first turn.
I think I was ahead of the carnage, but yeah, definitely got out of there clean and just came out of that corner around 7th to 8th place and rode a few laps up front, and then just tried to ride as solid as I could and put in a good main event, and ended up 16th, which is a career best for me. So I was stoked on the weekend and just ready to go to Dallas and improve on that even more.
There we
That
go.
was awesome.
Well, hey, so Adam, our question this week is obviously shout out to Roxon because I know you guys are close. So hopefully he heals up quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. So this week we didn't talk about Tomac at all in our show, and we kind of want to get your take on it. What is Tomac's mental state at this point? Is he a good pick for top 5? Do you think he's mentally just checked out and just wants the season to be done, or do you think he still just goes crazy and tries to win as many races as possible?
You know, I think that's like the hardest thing about Eli right now is that he's so unpredictable, and I think that's why we go to Rocky Mountain Fantasy SX, pick picks, and that's why this is so hard because, you know, I feel like any given weekend Tomac could come and win. I can see it and feel it. Just Tomac does not feel like he's in the championship anymore, and I don't know. It's just he's going to be a hard guy. I would say if he's up there in your top 5 in qualifying, I would say put him, you know, to be podium is what I'm going to do. But he's going to be one of those guys that he's going to be messing up picks all year long for the rest of the year. I mean, he's obviously not going to quit. You know what I mean? Cowie's not going to let him just not race the season unless he's hurt for some weird reason that we don't know about. But, you know, it's one of those things where I think if Tomac gets out front on the start, he's going to be good. But, I mean, as you can see, if he gets a bad start, he's just going to quit. So I don't know.
Yeah, do you think if he's like, say, hovering around 5th place, that he pushes? Or do you think he just says, you know what, my season's kind of done at this point as far as championship?
I think the way Eli Tomac is and who he is, I think he's going for the win. I think he's got Ricky Bobby mentality right now. If you ain't first, you're last.
We literally said that in the show today.
Straight up. I mean, that's really how I feel about Tomac. I mean, he either quits or he wins, and that's just the way it is. So I don't know. If you're not going to put him first, just don't even put him on your top 5. That's how I feel.
Oh, hey, man, that's kind of how we feel about it, too. But, well, hey, man, again, shout out to last week. Your best result. Crushed it in the main with that 8th place start. Looked good in the LCQ. So do it again this weekend because if you guys don't know, Adam actually does a giveaway every week that he makes the main event.
Absolutely. So for all you RM Fantasy SX people, if you go to Instagram and you follow RM Fantasy SX and I make the main, you have a chance to win a $25 gift card to Rocky Mountain, which is super cool. And I have a feeling I'm going to be on a roll, so there's going to be a lot of people winning $25 gift cards to Rocky Mountain. So make sure you guys go follow them right now.
I like that a lot.
All right, Adam, thanks so much, man, for calling in. We appreciate the insights you give us, and good luck this weekend.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it, boys. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll see you. Late.
There it is, dude. After that, he's got to be fired up. That's going to just turn the season around.
Yeah, that's all it takes for these riders is one good round and confidence goes up. Just with Adam, man.
He's such a good dude. Everybody's pumped. Like you said, we were more excited for him doing that than anything in the night. So
fan favorite right there, folks. If you're going to be at Arlington, go say hi to that guy because he is the man. People's champ.
Oh, the people's champ for sure. I mean, he met my 5-year-old daughter, and she still talks about it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with Adam's insight, that's going to help us out with our top 5 picks. So you know what time it is.
Time to lock them down.
Let's lock them down.
All right, big week. We've had a horrible stretch right now.
We are due.
The comeback is strong this week. I'm going with Mr. Anderson, the one. I still think he sees that track in slow motion. He's solid. He's won 3 out of the last 4.
Okay.
Eli Tomac, bounce back week. I mean, he's got to do something here at this point. Marvin MUSQUIN, put him in your podiums because he's won there before. He's looking solid. Justin Bam Bam BARCIA looking to come alive after last week. And then the Chupacabra himself. I've waited long enough. He's in my top 5.
The sightings are more consistent.
Yeah, it was such a low percentage picked him the last 2 weeks. I'm going to try to make up some ground here.
Okay.
And wild card, JG33. I love the guy, but that's just where he is.
No, I agree with that. I think Josh Grant's a great pick. So I'm close, but I've got these 2 flopped. So I've got BARCIA, then MUSQUIN. BAGGETT, I know he's done it 2 weeks in a row. However, Seeley, he hole shots 2 weeks in a row. So even if he hole shots again, I feel like his starts are just so good. I don't see him fading back any worse than 5th unless he crashed.
He's hitting cardio this week.
Oh my gosh, I hope so. Hit lots of it. But then for my wild card, you know what? I'm gonna go with my heart this weekend. For whatever reason, I got a feeling, dude, that the Predator, Malcolm Stewart, is gonna land in the 10th position.
It's possible.
It's possible.
I can't hate
you know
on
what? I got to take a risk at this point.
I hope he does.
It can't get any worse for me. No. So there you go. Those are our top 5 picks. Now remember, if you guys want to, you can play with us, okay? RMFantasySX.com. Sign up to play in our group, Team RM ATV MC. And also with Adam's group, the 7 Deuce Deuce.
Yeah, he's got a lot of top scoring dudes in there. That's a good group.
They're doing really well. So you can look at Adam's picks. You can play against him as well. So make sure to get signed up for those groups. It's free, and it's a ton of fun. Ton of fun. And as we're going to find out in just a second, we have a lot of awesome weekly prizes to give it away. So here it is. These are our weekly prizes.
All right, Arlington, big track, big TV.
Big prizes.
We got big weekly prizes. So let's go over them. First, $700 a Cherby spending spree. I mean, my gosh.
Buys plastics for the whole family.
Just turn heads at the track with that thing, and then coming in strong, Pirelli in second with a couple sets of tires, a Scotia audio hookup. And then Cycra, Pro Honda, Torque One, EVS, Bell, Dirt Tricks, Motul, and then of course 90 Rocky Mountain gift cards. So there's 100 chances to win. Quit stalling and get on it.
Yeah, even if it's your first week playing, just like you guys saw, we give away 100 weekly prizes. So you always have a chance to win prizes no matter how late in the season. So get signed up because it's free and it's the best way to watch.
It's the only way to do it.
Supercross.
Yep.
Well, thanks for watching this episode. Remember, guys, comment below. What do you think about our picks? What do you think about the wild cards watch this week? Just give us your thoughts in general on how you think this season is going because we want to hear about it.
Oh, there's good comments every week. We love reading them, responding. So.
Absolutely. Well, I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
We'll see you next week.